Hi, I'm Gregory Paolini, and I'm going to show you some of the ways that the Domino XL's features help me breeze through projects and make me more efficient in the shop. So stick around. A lot of folks are familiar with me from my woodworking articles and books, but we've got a really busy custom shop here as well. Today, I'm going to show you some of the ways that the features on the Domino XL help us to stay more productive and more efficient in the shop. The Domino XL is loaded with features. Heck, every green button on this thing does something or allows you to do something. Truth is, none of that matters to me. What does matter to me is how these features translate into real time-saving benefits. Things that make me more efficient in the shop, things that make me not have to think as much. Ultimately, what helps me get the job done faster and easier. The Domino XL does one thing and one thing only. It cuts mortises for floating tenons. Festool calls these dominoes, and they're available in a lot of different thicknesses, lengths, to fit the need of any mortise and tenon joint that you have and the stresses that that joint will encounter. So, how does it work? Well, the Domino XL has a rotating cutter, and as it rotates, it spins side to side, hollowing out material to create a mortise. This adjuster allows you to control the mortise depth. You can go as shallow as 15 millimeters or as deep as 70 millimeters. It allows you to use the tenon that's right for the racking stresses that your mortise and tenon joint will encounter. The adjustable fence allows you to dial in for just the right angle in case you have pieces coming together at something other than 90 degrees. But more importantly, what the adjustable fence does for me is it allows me to adjust the height so I can introduce a reveal onto a project, creating some visual interest. One of the coolest things on the Domino XL are these indexing pins. There's a series of 6 indexing pins that I can use in combination with one another to precisely place a joint without ever thinking about layout. So here's one of the ways that I use the adjustable fence and the locating pins in conjunction with one another to make things a lot easier. I've got a leg for a table that I made here and an apron. I've got to connect the two. So fold this down to 90 degrees, lock it in place, adjust my height, put it right on there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up the edge of the apron with my one pin. That's it. Plunge away. Now I'm going to go over to the leg. I'm going to put a mortise right here. Again, indexing off of that pin. Except on this case, I'm going to index off the opposite side. And I want to introduce some reveal. So I'm going to take my fence, and I'm just going to move my fence up just a couple millimeters. I'm going to clamp the workpiece in place. I'm going to do the exact same cut, except referencing off of the other pin. And there's a matching mortise. I'm going to put a domino in there, grab the matching piece, put them up, and there we go. So nobody would make a leg to apron joint with only one tenon like that. That's going to introduce too much twist. It's just not going to be stable. So let's go ahead and add some more. Again, I'm not going to think about a thing. I'm just going to work off some of the other pins that are on here and make more mortises. Part of that was dealing with the clamps. Now we've got more of a mortise like you'd see made with a router. That fast. I didn't think about a thing. I can just repeat the process on the other joint, put them together. There we go. We've got that cut. Now I can just start adding dominoes in there. And this starts to look more like a mortise and tenon joint that you would see made traditionally. just as strong. Hey, you can make it more complicated than that if you really want to. So you don't have to lay out joinery, but if you want to, hey, the Domino XL works just as good. Let's say this is a stile on a door and a rail on a door. And I want to put a tenon there, there, and there. You can lay out the scale on the top of the Domino XL with your layout line and get a perfectly located joint. Now I'll just put the dominoes in these mortises and that's it. We're in alignment at the edge, in plane. That's a joint. I haven't found any superfluous features on the Domino XL. Every thought of every feature that went into this tool had a productive purpose in mind when it was incorporated. Now that I've shown you some of the ways that I save time and benefit from the innovative features that are built into the Domino XL and how they help me through the projects in my shop, I'm sure they'll help you through the projects in your shop too.